Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Coach Abdur Rahman. Today I'm at Al Hashim. Just going to run through a few bits of what we do here. From this weekend on, basically we're going to be operating from 6 o'clock on a Sunday evening. Just going to run through some boxer size stuff that we do. Some hip training as well alongside. A little bit of technique work. We've got a sand bell over there, pad work, and do some mix, and then generally finish off with a little bit of aerobic stuff, just to basically cover all angles. Excuse the camera work, we haven't got a tripod today. Besides that, basically, it's just a little demonstration really as to what we're kind of doing here on a weekly basis. So we're just going to go through the stance first of all. So if you're right-handed, generally your left foot is your lead foot, which will be, just a lead foot. A lot of people have a tendency to position the feet, the toe facing forward. What we actually suggest is your foot wants to be at the side. Your back leg, so a lot of people may stand like this at first, but what we need to do is basically get the leg further behind us, because that makes a smaller target of our stomach, and then generally we just sit half an inch down. This is kind of a fighting stance. Generally speaking, it's around about 70% weight on the back foot, 30% on the front foot. Hands up, elbows in, chin down, and basically we just need to be moving the head off the centre line. Never become a static target, because you constantly want to be moving, because the minute you stand, when I would say something like keep your head off the centre line, it literally means moving your head from the centre line. This is your centre line, and you've just got to lean. There's a triangle that we call in boxing, which is 1, 2, 3, and it's just a case of just keeping on the balls of your feet, heels off the floor, and just be ready to move at any point. And that is basically your fighting stance. You just got to keep those elbows up and in, tucked in. So a lot of people may be like this. The elbows want to be in, the hands up near the face. Obviously this left hand will be the block, right hand is a block here. But essentially you want to be getting used to just moving off the centre line, and just this in itself can be a workout. And that's kind of your basic boxing stance. So I just wanted to just also mention, obviously I'm talking about an orthodox stance. If you are left-handed, generally it's the right foot, your right foot is lead foot, and obviously your left foot is the back foot. Again, if you're left-handed, your right hand will be the jab hand, and your left hand will be the straight. And an orthodox standard stance for myself, left hand is the jab hand, right hand is the straight. But we're just going to basically go through a couple of jabs. When you're putting on the pads, when you're holding these pads, essentially what you want to do is try and brace everything with the shoulder. So if I'm going to snap a jab out, I kind of need Mufti Sab just to anticipate it slightly and just tap my punch, because obviously if I'm going to punch this very hard and push it far back, we are likely to get some damage to the shoulders. So I'm just going to demonstrate a jab. Always make sure I'm always making sure that whatever punch I'm doing, I'm exhaling and I'm tensing the stomach. And the reason we do this is because if I'm going in and I'm going in to jab somebody, and my opponent can dodge that and go straight to the stomach, when I'm exhaling, my stomach is tense. So any additional punches that I may take on my body as I'm punching, I'm going to be strong in the abs. That's going to be tense, so that I can take that punch and I don't end up getting winded, because let me tell you, being winded is not fun. So I'm going to throw a jab again. As you can see, I'm kind of stamping my left foot, my lead foot. That's just to basically sort of put my weight into it. But you can also be static and throw out the jab. Again, remembering to exhale every time that you throw a strike. There is a good reason behind this. I'm just going to throw a jab and then a straight. Okay. Again, the straight, for me personally, everything comes from the hips. A lot of people think it comes from the shoulders. Wrong, everything comes from the hips. So as you'll see when I throw straight, not only does my hip go into this, but I actually drop my knee. And what we're trying to do here, with the jab, or the straight, is fully extend. Okay? We've got to get that full extension, same with the straight. And the main thing is, as you can see my hand, it comes straight back to the chin. Everything has to go out and come back as fast as it's gone out. And again, I'm just staying on the balls of his feet. Keep moving. And that's the jab and the straight. What I'm going to do now is a hook. So that's a right hook. When we're doing a hook, a lot of people think that it's kind of a thrown out there, but it's actually, you want to keep it tight, keep the whole body rigid and together. Again, it comes from the hip. You just want to put that pad up. And then, for me personally, I'll always try and punch like this for the hook. A lot of people will do it this way. There's no right and wrong, it's a preference thing. But I would always suggest that you punch and keep your hand like this. So it's a high elbow. Keep the elbow up and hook and so. As you'll see, this all comes from the hip. It's an illusion that it comes from the shoulders. It's always coming from my hip. As you can see, elbow high. Left hand stays at the face in case there's something coming in here. And always take your time when it comes to releasing that punch. You just stand there doing this. Yeah, you're going to be getting, some energy burn and something out of it, but the main thing is technique. Technique will always assure you that the power will come eventually. The main thing is to get the correct technique. I'm just going to throw a left hook. As you can see, when I throw that left hook, my left heel will come off because I've got to get the hip involved in this. But you've got to keep the right hand again at the chin in case anything comes in here. Remember, we could have an opponent. Pads don't hit back, but people do. So always try and develop that habit of loose on your feet. As you can see again, the hip follows through, the heel comes off, the whole body goes through this movement. Alright, now what we're going to do is a couple of combinations, just a 1-2, move around, make sure you stay loose. A lot of people, when they get into a boxing stance, start hitting pads, they get all tense. It's completely the opposite of what you need to be doing. You need to get used to the boxing stance, but try and be loose, because you never know when you're going to have to put those punches out. Always keep moving. Mix it up, throw out a dummy. The key is We sit down, throw the punches, then we get out of danger. And that's the key. You can't be floating around on your feet and punching at the same time because there's no power. As I said before, the power comes from the hips. And if you're floating around throwing punches, there's no power in these. You have to sit on them and then get back on the toes. That's important. I'm just going to throw 1, 2 and a hook. Okay? Catch, catch, catch. That's it. Hands up again. Keep your head off the centre line. That's just a simple 1, 2 left hook. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So we've just gone through a few little, it's nothing too technical. We've just gone through a few things as I've done for you on the video. Inshallah, it just sort of helps people with the basics. There are a million and one ways to skin a cat, as we know, and the same goes with boxing. The basics and the fundamentals stay the same. Pretty much like, there's a lot of disciplines where there's different approaches and stuff, but like I said, the basics and the fundamentals are the same. Again, don't forget that we are at the Al Hashim every Sunday at 6 o'clock. Even if you just like boxing and you've never hit a pad before or anything like that, you're more than welcome to come along. I'm sure we'll be doing another open session where basically, I'll have a think about in the coming weeks where we can do another free session for people. I want to thank Mufti Saab for helping me with the pads. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.